Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, the teacher shortage has been all over the news. We'll be talking to one of the leaders of a wonderful nonprofit addressing the problem next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, there's been a teacher shortage for generations, but it got acute during the pandemic. Obviously, a lot of teachers retired. There's a lot of stress on teachers. People don't appreciate how much work they put in, how much money they dole out of their own pockets sometimes to provide the children with supplies. So our hearts and our biggest salute goes out to teachers. Somebody who's addressing the teacher shortage right now is Justin Eberhardt. He's with Teach for America. It's a wonderful nonprofit that's been around for several decades. Thanks for coming on the show.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Okay, let's start by talking about what is Teach for America.
Okay, so Teach for America is a nonprofit that helps teachers to go into the classroom. We're helping with the teacher shortage, but also before the teacher shortage, we've been around for a couple of decades to make sure that we help teachers and classrooms and societies that need those strong powers and minds into the classroom. So you'll see a lot of the graduates come from Harvard, you'll see Yale, you'll also see HBCUs like Hampton University, Howard, go into those communities, bring the communities together, and then also learn from the communities.
And so what's your favorite story since you've been working with Teach for America of just either a community you helped or a school you helped or an individual who came in through the program?
So there's multiple stories. I've been around for years in education. So one of the ones that come to mind the most is seeing one of my teachers. She was a caregiver for her parents. This is stories from the Bay Area. She was a caregiver for her parents. She was able to grow through Teach for America personally, be able to help her parents, and then she also was able to help the special education department in her first year as being a full-time adult because she transitioned from school of college into teaching.
Yes, it's an amazing nonprofit. Now, we're going to show you a video here in a second, and I should put a disclaimer. This was shot several years ago, but I think it does a great job, telling the story. Let's go ahead and roll that.
I am a school board member on the Dallas Independent School District Board of Trustees, and I am a 2009 Teach for America Charter Corps member for the Dallas-Fort Worth region. The Dallas-Fort Worth region is serving nearly 400,000 students with tens of thousands of employees and an extremely diverse set of students and a diverse set of challenges. Perhaps the biggest one is childhood poverty, exacerbated by a lack of early childhood education opportunities or our inability to pay teachers the way they need to be paid.
I served in the greatest core region, which is DFW, and I served specifically in Oak Cliff, where I'm from, at W.W. Bushman Elementary School, core year 2014, and I taught 4th grade. I am the founder and executive director of For Oak Cliff, community nonprofit based here in the heart of Dallas. For Oak Cliff has 3 pillars to our work: education, advocacy, and community building. I read the article titled "The Cradle to Prison Pipeline" that was published by Stanford Children. That article had the amount of inmates broken down in the city of Dallas per zip code compared to the amount of college-ready graduates. And I saw an Oak Cliff zip code at the top with 681 inmates and only 2% college-ready graduates. At that moment, I knew that it was a major issue, so I began to dig deeper into education and start figuring out, what is the problem? This organization, For Oak Cliff, that has affected thousands of people within our community, doesn't exist without my time in the classroom.
I'm a 2013 Teach for America DFW alum. I taught 5th grade in Fort Worth, Texas, and now I'm an impact manager at Education Opens Doors. The incredible thing about the Teach for America network is that although we recognize from our classroom experience that there are several societal problems which are inhibiting students' access to opportunities, our mindsets as a community ensure that we also recognize that there are solutions. Jada Batchelder recognized a problem in her community where she worked and banded together a group of alumni to create a solution to ensure that all students have access to opportunity. Education Opens Doors is currently supporting 11,700 students. Since 2012, we've supported 44,000 students and nearly 800 teachers. Our students are often in schools where a guidance counselor might have less than 40 minutes over the course of 4 years to speak to a student about their options after high school. At Education Opens Doors, we make sure that our students have that information prior to even getting to high school so that they're able to make those personal choices.
Inherent to Teach for America's mission is this ethos of idealism, that you made a difference in the lives of others, and to work to pursue those ideals and trying to move forward the goal of a better education for all students.
What a wonderful organization. Well, tell us your backstory. How did you get into this?
So my backstory is when I first started teaching, I started teaching in 2015. I saw so many great teachers through Teach for America get their master's through the program. I saw so many great teachers actually help the class and the community. One being Mandy Chen, she definitely was a ELA teacher. I saw so many students gravitate towards her. I saw her get her master's very quickly. So I was like, hey, maybe I should go about helping Teach for America. I'm not a part of Teach for America yet. So I started doing my work with them during their summer institute. And then that led to me working with their teachers to be a teacher leader, which means I taught other teachers. And then after that, I became the director of engagement, community engagement, and community partnerships. So.
Wow, congratulations. That's a great journey. And I know you guys are always looking for sponsors and donations. Talk a little bit about that.
So the biggest thing that we can ask for is different school systems throughout the U.S. to allow Teach for America to come to your schools and allow our teachers to actually help your students. One of the things we're always doing is looking for different partnerships in that capacity. So a lot of governmental partners. So when you have legislation going up and we need charter schools to be allowed, that also affects Teach for America. So please vote yes when we ask for Teach for America to be in your schools, because there's so many great minds that go on to be lawyers, go on to be doctors, and they actually give back to Teach for America as well because they had a part of growing through Teach for America and now living out the dreams.
Well, I have so much respect for this, and I have so much respect for teachers because you really are shaping young minds, and this is a first grade through 12th program.
Correct.
Can you think of another teacher that comes to mind when you think about how wonderful this program is?
So many great teachers, but I will say a teacher leader who comes to mind. Megan Bird, she actually was a former teacher. Then she progressed through the network. So she went from being a teacher to then being a director to being a managing director. And now she runs a lot of the districts, a lot of the community partnerships, but also her husband's a teacher. So Teach for America is not just an organization that helps teachers and students, it also helps personally those who want to join find relationships that are long lasting, not just marriages, but also friendships, things of that sort.
Okay, final thoughts. What would you like to leave people with?
I would like to say first, thank you, Jeff, for having me on your show.
Of course.
And then second, I would say Teach for America is one of the best programs you could possibly go through. With any organization, you do have struggles, but with Teach for America, a lot of the teachers who come through this program go on to be the doctors, the lawyers, the governors, the things of that sort, as you saw in our commercial. But also with that, our students grow and want to become teachers as well because of those relationships we build.
Outstanding. What a great interview and what a great cause. We're going to end with the website, which is teachforamerica.org. Justin Eberhardt, thanks for coming on the show.
For sure. Thank you.
You bet. That's it for now. We'll see you next time.